All right. So, are we going to do an intro? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Hanging Out Forever. My name is Asia.
I don't think we need to.
Okay. I'll let you start. I'll let you start. The one with the dude could start. Rude, the dude could start.
I don't got a tude. I was a little rude, but I don't got a tude.
Tell him what you did to me.
Well, so obviously
I'm the victim here.
There is a little tension starting off the podcast. We did get into a slight argument right before, but it wasn't anything too bad, and we kind of got through it. We got over it, but it did kind of pop a good segment into the podcast, I feel like.
You don't want to tell them the background story?
We don't need to get too in depth because I don't want to. I don't know. We don't have to get too in depth of the situation, but basically, I don't really like listening to her talk about people sliding into her DMs. Is kind of the situation. I'm not really. I don't want to hear about it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but
I don't want to hear about it. But once she starts telling me a story and I feel like it's going that direction, like you start with some guy, usually from your past, or just some guy that you knew in high school or whatever. It usually starts with that. And then, oh yeah, he reached out to me and he said this, he said that, and then I'm like, okay, but what did he say? Let's just get to the point. You know what I mean? And so I start to kind of not show interest throughout the story because Asia loves
attitude.
the story.
I do love a story.
Asia loves the story, so it'll go on, and I'll just be like,
oh, I don't like the way you said on and on, like I'm a
rambler. It won't go on and on, but she'll build up. She gives all the details. She gives all the past details, like everything leading up to this moment. She will let you know exactly how it went, and then once we get to the moment, I'm like, I knew that's what it was. I knew that it was some guy sliding into your DMs, saying some, suspect stuff. So that's basically what it was. But I wasn't having it. The beginning of the story, I knew exactly where it was going. I was starting to get upset.
In the middle of
starting
the
to just be like,
he was like, I don't care. And that hurt my feelings and it pissed me off.
Well, I said I don't care in a way of like,
I don't care.
Yeah, but it was slightly joking.
It did not have any.
It was a slight joke.
Of joke.
But
no hint of joke.
But I was being an asshole. I think I was more just frustrated more than like I don't care, and I was just frustrated and I just wanted to be an asshole.
So y'all, my question is, would you prefer your partner not tell you people are in their DMs, or would you prefer them tell you?
Well, yeah, but that's the thing too, because like I trust you, so it's like I know that you're not in your DMs like going back and forth with these people, or you're not going, you're not going to take it somewhere outside of the DMs. I trust you, so I'm not just like assuming that you're constantly, in your DMs responding to these people or even starting these conversations in general.
Most people from high school I don't
trust
respond
you.
To.
Yeah, and I trust you like enough to do that.
I'm just saying that if a girl was sliding all up in your DMs, I want to know. I love that. I love it when girls hit on you. I don't get how it's not a compliment to you when guys hit on me. That like does not compute to me at all.
Well,
no. Let me finish.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Because like for me, if a girl hits on you, I'm like, yeah, that's coming home with me. Like, wow, I've been locking that down for 7 years, and girls are into it. It's like like I think that generally women, and maybe some men, I think that women like it when other women are into their man. But like, obviously, I don't want a woman putting her hands on you, and I definitely don't want you touching somebody else. But it's just like, for me, when I get hit on, it's almost like, look, babe, look, somebody else is into.
Yeah, but I think it's two totally different things with men and women in that situation. I
think it's because you think you feel disrespected, but it's like not even that.
Yeah,
deep.
But I think that is definitely part of it for sure.
I'd be flattered.
And I hate to be the guy that's like, oh, well, you know, men think this way and women think this way.
He loved being that guy.
No, that's not me. I'm not that guy. But I will be that guy for this situation because I do feel like most men, you know, they don't see that in a way. Like, obviously, it's different in a situation of where you're like going out with your girl and you're like, oh, like she looks bad, you know, like she looks good as hell. And I want to like show her off to the world. You know what I mean? Like that's different than a bunch of guys like giving you attention.
I know, baby. But even when I look good and you're like, you want to show me off to the world, you'll take me out, but you're like this. Like you'll keep me in like a little butt. Yes, you do, baby. You don't. No, there's some guys who are like. But because
we've been in situations where like, you know, people will see us together and they still kind of like come up to you and like hit on you like right in front of me.
That is because you're white.
Probably. But it's like, you know, that has happened like numerous times. So it's kind of like, I feel like I do kind of have to throw a little extra like, yeah, what's up? You know what I mean? Like she's mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
I got to throw a little extra swag on that. But, you know, I'm not crazy though about it. I'm never like had like some crazy energy about it or like.
No, you're not a psycho.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like you get more upset than you should get about it. But let me provide some context for like your white comment, you know, for people that don't understand why that's relevant. So, we are in LA, and when I'm in Atlanta, I'm originally from Atlanta. And when I'm in Atlanta, like it's left and right. It's left and right. I'm getting what's the word I used to use? Checked for. I get checked for in Atlanta. Like it depends on like where I'm at and shit like that. But just in general, like, yeah. You know, if I go to Atlanta, it's not a surprise that somebody's going to try to hit on me or get at me with or without you, right? But in LA, in my 8 years of being here, it's been my experience that I did not get hit on by anybody out here in LA until I was with you. And and I actually, it's funny because I don't think you remember this, but I was out someplace and it was the same day and I had passed this like older black dude. And he did not check for me once, but then you and I came around the corner together and then he was all like breaking his neck to check me out. And so that's the only reason why
it's kind of like a response to me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a response to you more than it is a response to me, because I think that there's like this territorial thing. And I don't feel like we faced that at all in Atlanta.
No, not really. I think that just in general, like people are just more respectful in Atlanta.
Yeah. Because I think in Atlanta, they're like, oh, go ahead, white boy. Like, look at you.
Yeah, there's just a more respectful vibe in Atlanta compared to, you know, like LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I would say that out here, it's always been kind of like a territorial, like, I can't believe this. We lost another sister to a white guy thing.
Yeah.
And so, like, when guys do hit on me in front of you, it is a disrespectful thing.
Yeah.
Because it is a very much like, I can punk this white boy kind of vibe.
Yeah. Definitely.
But then there's the guys that are like, good for you, white boy. I see
ya.
I
mean, yeah.
You know, that happens too.
And I feel like it honestly like doesn't happen that much. Like it really doesn't happen that often.
It used to happen a lot. Like, oh my God, it used to happen a lot.
I think it's happened like a few times.
Okay, you know what? No. I pick up on certain things that you don't pick up on.
Yeah, I mean, like they'll be like looking and shit, but it's like.
It's happened a few times where there's only been a handful of times where somebody's actually tried to like make a move on me in front of you. But there've been hella times where you don't notice, but somebody's giving me a look like, what you doing with him? Why,
yeah. And no, I noticed that.
Like one of these.
And I see that, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, it is what it is. You can look. Yeah, I mean, go ahead and look. I don't care. Go ahead and look.
You do care. Because that's why we had this argument about the DMs. No, you do care.
Well, no, I mean, any guy will care about any other guy coming in and sliding into your girl's DMs or making a pass at, you know, your girl. Like, any guy will care and be upset about that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what you think, how I'm supposed to just sit there and listen to this story and be like, you know, super, you know, into it. You know what I mean? I think like, that's hot. Because I kind of like, yeah, but it's different though. It's different.
Okay.
You know, I can understand why. Well, I guess I don't really fully understand, but I think that women do see it in that way with their man. Like they like the trait of like your man being desirable.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody likes that.
But
men like that too.
I think they do too, but and this isn't even like a thing about women. I think it's more about like men and men's like, you know, insecurities and men's like masculinity and men's like way of dealing with those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's like the woman's fault or something. I'm just saying like, obviously not being the guy. I think I'll re-emphasize this of not being the guy that women are one way and men are one way. You know what I mean? But I think that women do like when their man is desirable to other women, you know, more than a man feeling like his woman is more desirable. Oh, here we go. More than his, you know, partner or whatever being more desirable towards men. I don't think men like, you know.
I think a lot of them do. You ever heard of a cuckold?
Well,
you ever heard of a cuck?
I mean, yeah, in that scenario, but that's not like the majority of men. You know what I mean?
I think that a lot of people have a little bit of cuck tendencies.
I think that like men, you know, want to be obviously with like an attractive woman who, you know, is going to attract men, but they don't like the idea of like it actually attracting men.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That makes sense. Like, I don't know.
You guys want to be with a woman that's attractive to men, but you don't want men to actively be attracted.
Yes.
Okay, so you would want
but it's
me
not
to just,
on the woman. I'm saying that like
but
it's not on the woman.
But do you want me to tell you, or do you not want me to tell you what goes on in my DMs?
I mean, you don't
like,
need
honestly,
to tell me.
The shit in my DMs is not that crazy.
I know it's not, and you don't even need to tell me because
actually, a really crazy thing.
I'm sure they're. Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm gonna share it with you against your will.
But you don't need to tell me because I trust you, and I know that you're not doing something behind my back. So even if you weren't telling me that or something, that some random person is hitting you up, I'm not gonna like automatically think that you're doing something behind my back because I trust you.
Well, that's great because I would never do anything behind your back, especially like with these random people in the DMs. But if it was Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm not Leonardo. If it was Brad Pitt, I'd be like,
well, let me know if that happens. But
you coming with me?
I'll pull up. But I think you secretly like sharing these things with me to see my reaction.
Well, I love sharing it with you because it's fucking.
I love it. Okay,
I love sharing it with
you. It's not the secret then. You just love doing it.
No, I love sharing stuff with you. Not because it's like, oh, I can't wait to get them all mad and riled up, but it's just like.
Well, you like seeing what my reaction may be.
I just think that some of the things that people say to me are crazy, and like honestly, it's a little flattering that people from high school like hit me up and they'll be like, "Miss you, hope you're doing well. Coming out to Cali soon. Show me around." And I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, show you around. I'm not a damn tourist guide.
Yeah.
Right?
No. You know, shout out to all y'all and everything like that. But just like there are guys that I went to, like I was in 9th grade with who are like, "You're amazing," and I still like have feelings for you. I'm like, boy, you must be lost in the motherfucking past. You still thinking about me.
You are pretty amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It's true.
I'm more amazing now than I was, but I was always like different. You know what I mean? I was different. So
yeah, but they see you like online killing it out here.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That's I mean I think that's kind of how like maybe some people see me from like my hometown. You know, they're kind of like,
sure.
You're in LA doing your thing, you know.
Grant,
like, you're
so proud of you. So proud of you.
Oh no, here we go. Now she's talking about my DMs.
I'm not gonna mention that. No,
she's getting into my DMs now. I'm just saying,
Grant, so proud of you. Miss you, love you.
Oh, but she likes a desirable man, right?
I love that. I love it.
It didn't sound like you liked it. The way you were talking about it right now. The way you were mocking it. It didn't sound like you liked it.
You want to talk about mocking?
Sure. What do I mock you? What are you talking about? When do I mock you?
I just feel like you. Whenever I tell you a story, you're just like, and you literally look like you're convulsing. Your face is like, I'm like, ugh.
And
that's
what do you
mockery.
Mean?
Whenever I'm trying to tell you a story, but anyway, since we're talking about like guys from high school, and right now we're in a blast from the past situation,
or blast
from the past.
Yeah.
So blast since we're talking about high school and like a blast from the past situation, and like what goes on in my DMs, there's this guy on Facebook who I went to high school with, and honestly, he was really weird.
The guy who wants to fart.
Can I tell my whole story?
Sorry, go ahead.
Can I tell my own story, please?
Speak your truth.
Lord have mercy, let me speak my truth.
Speak it.
Okay. Anyway.
I got excited, sorry.
Okay.
It's a good story, y'all. It's good. It's a good story.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay. So when I was in high school, there was this guy I went to high school with, and he was like really weird. Hopefully he doesn't find me and like kill me or whatever. But like he was really weird. And like he acknowledged that he was weird because he slid into my Facebook messages and was like, "Hey, Asia, I have a secret to tell you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on, bro?" And he was like, "You have to promise that you won't freak out." By the second time, I'm like, "Okay, no, I won't promise that, but like, what's up?" "Well, I've been wanting to tell you this for years, and I've been really wanting to tell you this, and like, I think I'm ready to tell you now, and blah." All of these are separate messages, and I'm like, "Bro, are you gonna tell me or not, bro?"
Yeah. And what the hell are you about to tell me?
It literally goes on like this for months, where it's like, "I want to tell you something. I'm scared to tell you. Ever since high school, you know how I used to stare at you, and I'd be like, I don't have time for this. Like, I don't care about this. This, whatever you're trying to tell me, I'm fine living without it. So like, I don't need to know." But you know me, deep down in my heart, I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, you're driving me crazy now. I need to know.
Yeah.
And so, but literally I was just like, "Bro, I don't have the time for this, whatever." And so he finally came out and was like, "You know how I used to look at your butt?" And literally this guy used to stare at me in high school like this. From like all the way across the room.
Yeah.
Like, we were in science class and he'd be like,
yeah.
It was scary. And I'd be like, "The fuck motherfucker looking at? What the fuck?" And so anyway, fast forward to however old me, like, I think the first time he reached out was like a year ago, and it was like 2021, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well, I really like your butt." And I'm like, "Lord, get in line. A lot of guys like my butt."
I really like your butt.
And then he was like, "But in a different way." I'm like, I'm not even asking him questions by this time. He's just like word vomiting in my messages. And then he tells me that he wants to buy my farts.
He wants to buy
my farts.
The physical fart, or
like he wanted me to figure out a logistical situation so that I could come to Atlanta and fart on his face. And I'm like, and so I was like, "Okay, let's see how far this goes. I'm obviously not going to fly to Atlanta to like." And so I was like, "It'll be this much, bro." I don't remember how much I told him, like $1,500. And he was like, "My sister is sick right now. I can't afford that." And I was like, "What are we even talking?"
Yeah, he's trying to bargain on the farts. You cannot ask me for
kink and then try to bargain with me about the price.
No free kink.
No free kink. No cheap kink neither.
Yeah.
I literally was talking to my best friend about this. And so he hit me up again. I blocked him. I blocked him on everything because I was like, "I'm sick of these messages. Like, this is annoying. I'm not gonna do that for this guy."
I'm not gonna fart on you.
You know what I mean? Like, logistically, it wouldn't work. Second, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I'm not farting on people right now.
I'm not farting up. Yeah, I'm not taking any submissions. And so I blocked him. On multiple Facebook pages that he created. I blocked him on multiple pages, and he created an entirely new one. He only has like 11 followers. Yeah. And he created it, I think, just to message me and be like, "I'm really serious." I can read it right now. Let me read it. It's so crazy. I was like, wow, this guy is really fart thirsty.
This guy does not see this episode as well.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know. I hope he doesn't, do something crazy. I don't know. I
mean,
that's pretty crazy.
Don't put that in his mind.
Okay, yeah, don't.
He said, "Hey, can I pay you?" I said, "Bro, for what?" I already knew for what. Yeah. He said, "I really want to smell your farts. No joke. I've wanted to since high school. Please, you get to choose the place and we can negotiate the price." Sir, we are not negotiating a price for something you've been hounding me about for 2 years. Yeah. The price is the price.
It's a legitimate business exchange.
It is. Yeah, thank you. I'm a businesswoman. Businessy business.
Yeah, this is
But I'm obviously not going to do it. And he said, "I would do anything."
Go to a WeWork. Meet at a WeWork. Meet at a WeWork.
Okay, so he said I would do anything. And so I hit my best friend and I was like, "Girl, how much should I charge him?" And she was like, $5K non-negotiable. So I typed $5K non-negotiable. And then he said, "And would you be able to wear pants? And where would we be able to do it? I don't know if I would have to get a hotel or something. Would you want cash?" And I really wanted to be like, "Send me $2,500 up front."
Wait, he said he wants you to wear pants?
I don't understand. He said, "And would you be able to wear pants?" I'm not sure if that means he wants me to wear pants.
Would you be able to wear pants?
I'm not sure if that means
he's asking if you will wear pants.
Why would he want to wear pants? I feel like that would mask
more bass.
More bass. You have really thought a lot.
Do you have any leather? You're wearing leather pants right now.
It would be like.
It'd be right. It would have bass to it.
How would it sound?
Sure. That was pretty good.
That was good.
That's how it would sound in some like leather pants, tight leather pants.
You throw me into it.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
You just threw me into a coughing fit.
But I remember you telling.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Wait, I wish I had my water. That was funny.
Do you have water?
It's over there.
But I think
that was.
I remember you telling me about this situation, like when it first kind of started
typically.
happening.
Like I actually never kink shame.
Yeah.
But the issue is like I blocked him, and he creates multiple profiles to hit me about it. And so like I would never out him. Like I would never say who it is or what he looked like or something or where he worked. But I did see him at his job one time, but he didn't see me when I was in Atlanta.
Oh shit!
Don't say where he worked because I told you about it. But
I don't remember.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
But I saw him one time where he worked, but he didn't see me.
Okay.
And I was like paralyzed because I was like, is he going to fucking recognize? He didn't even see me at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just get through this line before he notices me.
But my thing is like, why do you think that he's probably found somebody else to fart on him?
I think that with a fetish like that, you've explored it some. Like, I don't think that he's waited like 15 some years.
Other people. Yeah.
Or I don't know how old I was, 10th grade, whatever. But like, I don't think he's waited like 12 years for me to be the first person. Like, it's something that you think you like and you probably explore it. And then you get confirmation that you like it. And then you're like, got to get farted on by that ass.
Do you think he watches fart mix porn?
I don't know what that is. Why you know all the weird porns?
Never heard of fart mix?
No, baby.
Fart mix porn? Yeah, it's probably pretty rare. But it's like people, it's like a normal, like a regular porn video, but people have like dubbed farts over it.
Why do you know so many different types of porns?
I don't know. I've stumbled across some shit.
How long were you there? when you stumbled, how long were you there?
No, it was a quick stumble. It was just like, I'm going through and then I'm like, fart mix. What the hell is that?
What do you search? What's in your search bar?
I don't know.
We can bleep it out. Just tell me.
Something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe some butt stuff. So it's like, makes sense why it would be in the category. And it's like, fart mix porn. But he's probably explored it more.
That's what I'm saying. He's definitely like explored it and checked it out. And like, I guess he remembers my butt.
He's been around the block.
Yeah. But it's just like crazy because people from high school have recently been hitting me up. And there's this guy that I won't mention the backstory because you get all upset about it.
We can go back to that story about why we were angry in the beginning of the episode.
Okay.
We can go back to that.
Right now?
Go ahead and say what you're going to say, though.
Well, okay, so there was this guy that I used to go to high school with, and he was really, really cool. And he like made me this awesome like thing. And I recently like kind of like anyway.
You got to cut to my camera.
The story about him is that we used to run in the same circle. So I'm just talking about random blasts from the past stuff right now.
Yeah.
We used to run in the same circle. So it was me, him, one of my ex-best friends.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Not the psycho. So. Not the psycho. The other one.
Okay.
You don't know who I'm talking about, do you?
I think so. I know random names.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So him, one of my best friends at the time when I was in high school, and then like kind of like the psycho also used to kind of run around in the circle. If he heard me call him the psycho, I think he'd kill me.
The psycho.
I think he'd kill me. He scares me.
He's not going to do anything.
I don't know. He terrifies me.
Yeah.
So if he's hit me up before where it's like, stop being fucking stupid and let's just be friends again. Like if I could go back in time, I would have never dated you. Do you think that if I could go back in time, I would have dated you again? That was a grave mistake. You know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, the friend that I had a crush on in high school, we never dated. I know that seems random. I don't really know how that connects, but the story is that guy used to like me, and I was just talking about it with my mom the other day about how he made me this drawing about all these things that I liked in high school, which was so sweet. It was so good.
Well, okay, so this is how it connects.
That's right.
This is how, let me connect it all for you. This is how it connects. This is what we were kind of arguing about. She was trying to tell me these stories about this guy, and the guy that she's talking about who loaned the friend the $300.
No, he paid back the debt.
The guy who paid back the debt,
yeah,
and like she just said, was giving her drawings and shit. He has recently reached out to her.
But it wasn't weird.
And it wasn't weird. It wasn't weird.
He's going to watch this.
Okay. I'm not saying it was weird.
Okay.
It wasn't weird. But that's what she was telling me this story, and I thought that it was leading to, oh, this guy like made a move on me or something like that. That's where I thought it was going, because that's where these stories usually go. Mm-hmm. It's where they usually go. Okay. And so I was getting upset throughout it. That's why we were arguing. That's the connection.
Okay.
But
here's the other connection, guys.
Here's another connection. Another frustrating thing was, she said she was talking about the drawings, that he used to give to her.
It's one drawing.
The drawing.
You make it seem like it's a plethora of drawings.
But she was talking about the drawing that he had given to her. She said that she wanted to put the drawing up on our podcast wall.
Yeah. I hear that now, how that was
that's
not a good
crazy.
Idea. I hear that now, how that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I hear that now.
So, I mean, it's pretty wild. But
I just want art.
And
look at my space.
I said,
this is your space.
But I said,
your background sucks.
I know I need more stuff. Well, because I need more stuff.
You don't have sentimental things that you value. Look at all the sentimental shit.
I want to get some like cool like art and stuff. I will. It's a process. But
you've been living here for a while. You had plenty of time.
It's a process for the podcast art to grow. But she's a very sentimental person, as she said, and she has a plethora.
Don't use my word against me.
She has a plethora of, old letters, old notes from
that you've
exes.
Never seen.
That I've never seen. That's true. But and I don't have an issue with it.
You said you did.
No.
You said that if you were a crazy boyfriend.
I don't want you putting it up on the podcast wall.
That makes sense. I respect
that. I'm saying that like thought. If I did say this in the fight, if I was a crazy boyfriend, I wouldn't be cool with you having a bunch of stuff from your ex.
He'd make me throw it away.
I did say that, but I was just being an asshole. But I'm not that. I would never do that though. I would never like genuinely mean that and genuinely say that. But I do know guys we've literally gotten in an argument with one of my friends about this before. I'm not going to say his name.
Leave out his name. I said a bunch of names. What?
Remember I was talking about this? Like about like he wanted her to throw out all this stuff from her ex and stuff.
That's crazy. I'm not throwing out nothing somebody gave me when they love me.
Yeah. And I understand it because from like you are very sentimental and I know that. But
you said you think it's weird that I have a box of letters from like people that have written me love letters. I didn't say it was
weird. I didn't just say it was weird.
You said something like that. You were like,
no. I was just saying, I'm just giving the context of like, you have a huge box.
You said something like that.
No. I thought it'd be really weird if you put that note or whatever up back here.
Yeah.
But
weird.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Made no sense.
That would have been weird.
But
it's nice.
I don't. It's nice. But I understand that you're a very sentimental person and you cling on to these things from your past, which in a good way though, you know what I mean? Like it's like a positive thing for you. So I would never, be the crazy boyfriend who makes you like throw something like that away. Or, I would never do that. But there are guys out there who would do that. Yes. But there are guys out there who would do that.
So am I supposed to be lucky that you're not one of them?
Saying.
It's ridiculous.
No, but I don't know. I feel like I don't have that like insecurity of like you still feeling sentimental about things from your past. I don't feel that.
And then it also marks like a specific time in my life. Like
yeah.
the thing, I'll talk about other things that exes have given me too. I don't know why I say exes like it's so many. I only dated like 3 guys.
Yeah.
One guy, seriously. Yeah. I didn't even date him. We never dated. He just drew me something that was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really cool because like I was like a loner in high school. So it was really hard for me to find people that understood me. Mm-hmm. So like he drew me this thing and my name was like in really cool bubble letters. And then he drew a really cool picture of Marilyn Manson because I used to be super into Marilyn Manson back in the day. Like really into him, read his autobiography, loved all of his music. Remember eraser burns back in the day?
Yeah,
where you would like take an eraser and you'd like
get it really hot.
You'd erase, get it hot.
Or no, oh yeah, you just do.
You
it
would just erase your skin and it would roll your skin off. I have still a scar from it because I carved two M's back to back in my arm with an eraser, which meant Marilyn Manson. Yeah,
can you see that? My sister did some shit like that.
Can you see the little one? I wish I still had it. To be honest, I wish I had it. Do you see it?
Can kind of, I see the mark.
You see that one line? It was like I don't remember if it was My Way.
And then you
can see it. It's like this. It's My Way. It was facing me. like that. So carved that. And then I was really into Adventure Time. So he drew that in there. And then I think he drew something Transformers in there. I don't really remember. But it was like all of these different elements of like who I was as a person and feeling lost and like people didn't understand me. It was really nice to receive something like that from somebody where it's like, wow, this person, I see you clenching your jaw.
What? I'm just listening.
You're like,
what the hell? I'm making the Robert De Niro face or something.
But it was just really nice receiving something like that from somebody where I was like, wow, like I feel like seen. And so like, I just love notes like that where it always takes me back to a point in time where I felt like I was alone or I felt like I was nothing. And then people were into me. I never thought I'd be with anybody in my whole life. I thought I would just die alone.
Yeah, I think I felt that too. I think everybody at like that age has felt something like that, you know, because I feel like when I was, when I had like, maybe it was like the time of like when I just graduated high school, I didn't think I was going to live until like past like 25 or something. I didn't think
I was going to ever make it to 30.
Yeah, like I didn't think I was going to live past like 25.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I guess that's a normal thing.
Didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. I didn't see it either. And I always kind of like had a lot of depression stuff. Oh my God. There was this one time I almost overdosed on, I don't know if it was an overdose, but I thought I was going to die. I tell you that story.
Oh, on like Adderall?
Yeah,
You smoked Adderall?
Yeah. I laced it in a weed blunt.
That is crazy.
This guy that I was friends with, this is before
Why'd you give me that crazy?
Because he's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because he was like, let's smoke this Adderall laced blunt, and I was like, okay. And so like he opened an Adderall capsule and laced the blunt with it, rolled it up, and we got really drunk. Like we were mixing vodka with Gatorade. It was crazy. It was like because like my mama was upstairs. My mama was upstairs, and I was downstairs. In the basement, I literally had this whole party going on. It was like 10 of us in the basement.
The Adderall, like the little orange beads.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know if it like you can consume it that way. I don't
think it works. It's just a crazy thing to do. But I thought that I was gonna overdose because I had never been drunk before, really, and I had gotten fucking hammered.
Damn, your first time getting drunk, you're smoking Adderall?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It sounds worse when you say it like
That's
that.
That's a crazy mix. That's just like you were like all in it.
I don't know. I fast and loose, baby, fast and loose. So,
throw the Addy in the blunt.
And so like I was really, really drunk and I like blacked out, and all I remember was he carried me up to my bed, right? And he had tucked me in and everything, and then I had like gotten back up and like this drunken stupor.
This is when you were like really sick that night. And
when I was really sick and my mom thought I was going to die. Yeah. And so like I was in the basement with all these people that my mom didn't even know. She had no idea we were in the basement.
Really?
I think that she knew a few of us were in the basement, but she didn't know how many people were down there, and she didn't know that we were getting drunk. Like because I wasn't a liar. You know, I didn't do stuff like that. That's like not a normal thing for me to do growing up. So she never suspected that I would do something like that.
I always did shit like that.
I know. Yeah. But my mom was always like home and like talking to me about what I had going on in my life, and like was very much like, hey, how's school today? And like wanted to know stuff. So she was very in tune with me.
My parents did not do that.
Oh, I know. It's rough.
Sorry.
We'll talk about that too. We'll get to that. We'll maybe in the next one. But and so I remember like him tucking me into bed, and he was like, just stay here. But for some reason, they stayed in my basement. If I'm upstairs, it's time for y'all to go.
I know. They just kept going.
They just kept going. Yeah. And so like I got up, and I remember like they were still partying in the basement. I got up in like this drunken haze, and I walked down. So I lived in a 3-story house in Georgia. So there was like the top level, the middle level, and the basement. And there's 16 steps to get down each level.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking down the steps, and I walk and I go, bah!
Oh my God. Yeah. Just like projectile, like exorcism.
Pile of vomit.
Whoa.
Huge. Like so fucking big. It was crazy. Yeah. And then I walked all the way back downstairs and I was like, let's keep getting drunk. And everybody was like, Asia, what are you doing? Like, oh, shit, and apparently there was a girl in my basement and I went up to her and I put my hand on her knee and I tried to move it up her skirt and I went. I don't even remember that at all. Somebody had to tell me that I did that the next day. They were like, you went up to her and you were like, and you started moving your hand up her leg and she had to swat you away. And I was like, oh my God, I did that? Like, why? Yeah. And so then I guess I started going crazy and I kept blacking in and out of it.
Oh shit.
I was like 16. So it was the first time I was ever really like drunk.
Yeah.
And so I guess I got so intensely drunk and was gone.
Yeah.
So, I like completely blacked out and I guess was freaking out. So he went upstairs, knocked on my mom's door and was like, I'm so sorry. We got Asia drunk and I don't know if she's going to die.
Oh my God.
And so my mom went down to the basement and got me. And so her and pulled me up to her bathroom and my mom threw me in the shower and turned on the cold water. And so I was coming in and out of like consciousness and I was like, am I going to die? And all I remember like is seeing her face. She was like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Scary. It was really scary. It was scary for everybody. And my brother, my older brother, had picked up my younger brother and they lived in the city where he lives now.
Okay.
Right. And so my mom was like, Jama, you got to get down here. I think Asia's like overdosing or something. So he smashed from the city. It's not close.
Holy
it's like a 20-something mile plus, at least 20-mile difference from his house to where I was living at the time. And so he smashed all the way to where I was in Alpharetta. And was like nowhere to be found. Nobody knew where he was. And Jam was like, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, like going around looking for him. And he was like mad at me and everybody was hitting me in the face to try to like wake me back up.
He was mad because they got you drunk or because
I told him like what
about
we
the
did.
drugs?
Because he didn't do it.
Okay.
I was like, let's smoke this fucking weed laced this Adderall laced blunt. Was like, I'm not doing that. That's insane. And I did it. I did it, which is crazy.
I know you're just like, yeah, sure. Like, let's smoke some Addies.
I don't know why I did it, but I did it. And so, in the morning, like Jama was like, everybody stayed the night. I was fine by the morning time. And my mom was like, you vomited on the stairs, clean it up. So I was like hungover because it's the first time I ever, and I was just like Cinderella, like at the stairs. Man. That pile of vomit was insane. She was like, you left this here. I said, me?
Yeah.
It was literally my body weight produced in vomit. It was crazy. And so I had to clean all that up. And it was so, I'm sorry, this is like a lot, but like there was so much that I had to scrape it into. I could not wipe it up with paper towels. I had to over into a bucket. It was disgusting. And so everybody was looking for in the morning and no one could find him for like another 10 hours.
Where did he go? He just like disappeared.
They found him sleeping in a ditch.
Holy shit, literally.
In a literal ditch.
Yeah.
They found him. And then I don't even know how he got home. I have no idea how he got home. So that was me.
Yeah. So that was like, that was the first time you got drunk? How old were you? That was
the first, it's like 16.
16.
I was like a junior or sophomore or something like that.
16. I think I was like doing
something way more than that. What were you doing? Tell us.
No, actually, I don't think I was actually. Edgy. I started kind of like taking other things. Like, I don't know if I want to go into like detail.
I just talked about my fucking bile.
Yeah.
Like, but okay.
You were just talking about smoking Adderalls. I was definitely smoking blunts with stuff in them, with other things in them.
Like what? Whisper it to me. Go like this.
Well, I mean, like, I think the main thing was like I would put lean on blunts.
Whoa. Is that
and
a
there
thing?
was a similar time to where like when I got somewhat snitched on of
who snitched on you? I'd be dead.
But literally because I had like a seizure and it wasn't good. And then my sister like very nervously said to my parents like, he drinks lean, like just kind of like was so scared and was like, he does lean, like maybe that caused it, you know what I mean? Which it definitely did. But well, actually, I don't think it was.
Because you went cold turkey.
It actually wasn't the lean. So I had this seizure like randomly like on in the mountains. Like I was with my family. We were on like a skiing trip and I wake up one morning and then out of nowhere, I like re-wake up in the back of a ambulance. And I'm just like,
God.
like I had blacked out or something. And I just wake up in an ambulance and I have like an IV in me, and I was like so confused. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now, you know? But I also like kind of knew what was going on, like consciously. I don't know why, but I like wasn't as freaked out. And then I got to the hospital and everything, and my parents were like, you just like had like a full blown like grand mal seizure. Like I was like seizing out on the floor.
So scary. Like in the snow?
No. We were like in the cabin that we were staying at.
Oh yeah.
I woke up in the morning. My dad woke me up and was like, hey, we're gonna get going in like an hour or something like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I just like went into a seizure. You know, my parents were like looking at me, probably just like, are you okay? Like, and then they checked me and I was like having a grand mal seizure, and I got to I got to the hospital, and they kind of like informed me of what had happened. And I guess that like I was seizing for maybe like 15 seconds or something.
Is that a long time?
I don't know, but like I came to, like I stopped seizing, stood up, and they were trying to talk to me and I wasn't talking to them. I don't remember any of this.
Yeah.
They were like being like, are you okay? Like what just happened? And I just like kind of like walked right past them, went to the toilet, threw up. And I don't remember any of this. Went to the toilet, threw up, and I guess I sat with them as I was waiting for we were waiting for the ambulance to come, because they had called the ambulance. And when the ambulance got there, they were trying to bring me with them and stuff, and I was like cussing at them and like being crazy, I guess.
You don't remember that either?
I don't remember any of that. I woke up in the back of the ambulance.
Wow.
But yeah, so, you know, that's when, you know, we were in the hospital and the doctors were like, did you take anything or anything? And I was like, no, I like smoked some weed like the night before, because I had smoked some weed with my cousin the night before. And I was like, but I mean, that was it. I smoked some weed. And then my sister's like, he drinks lean, you know? And I was like, yeah, I do that sometimes too, I guess. But
yeah.
But what it really was I had cold turkeyed Xanax a week before. Like a week before that trip, I had just like stopped doing Xanax, and I was doing Xanax like probably like almost every day.
Oh.
And so I just cold turkeyed that, and one of the main, like I knew immediately that that's what it was, because one of the main side effects of, you know, coming off of that stuff is you have seizures and stuff like that. So I knew that's what it was. But yeah, so it was that was a crazy situation.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I've never felt that way. Like after, you know, obviously we ended the trip. It was like the first day we were there. We ended the trip, drove home that day. And I just like felt like I had a flu or something. Like I felt so sick, and like I had like a fever for like the whole day. It was a crazy feeling, you know? And then, I went to a bunch of doctors after that, and they were trying to like prescribe me a bunch of like bullshit, a bunch of like, seizure medication and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm not about to start taking seizure medication.
Were you prescribed Xanax? Like, where were you getting it?
Just
from the local guy?
The local, neighborhood pharmacy, you know.
Oh yeah, neighborhood pharmacist.
Yeah, or you know, just like I mean, like I'm not gonna
obviously don't
say some crazy shit. No, but the where these pills were coming from is actually really insane.
Mexico.
Maybe we'll think about keeping in it. They were coming from.
How is that?
Because and selling them to the people that.
Did you know?
I personally didn't, but one of my friends like knew the guy who was bringing all these back and shit. They were literally bringing it back in like caskets.
What? That's crazy.
It's fucking insane. They were bringing back like heroin, everything. It was insane. Yeah. So that's the thing. I mean, maybe we won't put this in there, but yeah, that was a crazy time.
Why did you do Xanax?
Now I do no drugs. I don't.
I
even
also
smoke
don't
weed.
do drugs.
Yeah, I don't even fucking smoke weed.
I don't smoke either. What do I do? Just kidding.
Alcohol.
I don't snort cocaine.
I don't snort cocaine. I've never been into that.
I've never done it. I always like when I was younger. I was
tried it, but it's not my thing.
It's a lot of people's thing. I
I think that there's people out there who are like upper people, and then there are people out there who are kind of downer people.
What's upper? Alcohol?
Like, I guess it could be an upper, but
how
upper is like you're like a upper person for sure. Your personality and stuff, but like Adderall, Coke, like speed, that type of shit.
What's speed?
I think it's similar to meth. I don't know.
Meth.
I think it's good. Good old crank. I think that it's closer to that. It's all like within the same family.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Wow.
Adderall is basically meth.
Oh my God, I will never hear the end of that. Every time
it's like, just given to you by a doctor.
I don't take Adderall anymore. I used to be prescribed Adderall because like, you know, oh, your kid doesn't want to pay attention in school. They have ADHD. No, this shit is boring. I want to do something else. But whatever. I was on Adderall, so that's how I got it. But I remember like I used to take it to like focus, and it would make me crazy. Like I would take it, I would get so much stuff done. I'd be up for like full 24, maybe like 30 hours. And then after that, I would just like mentally crash and then become a huge dick. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Trust me, I remember that shit. No, that wasn't good. No. You couldn't handle that stuff. That's honestly, that's how I was with Xanax too.
You were a dick?
Yeah, like Xanax would completely like switch my mood. And
why were you on Xanax? Sad? Were you sad?
I think I was just like just a bored kind of kid who just wanted to take drugs. It was cool. Soldier Boy was doing it.
Yeah,
that was cool.
He's cool.
He's cool.
He's pretty cool.
One of my I remember like me and my friends were like obsessed with this Soldier Boy video. It was called Xan with the Lean. It's just like the music video is just him like smoking a blunt performing, and then he's got like his friend in the back with like his box of jewelry like dancing with him, It was iconic. And so
and you were like Xan with the Lean.
And he was doing the Xan with the Lean like dance and stuff, and that's literally like that was like an anthem for like a couple years of my life.
I never did Xans or Lean, so
that was the concoction right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it was like. I don't know.
Do you think you were sad? Tucson, maybe sad, a little sad.
Maybe a little sad. I've always had like anxiety issues and like kind of I guess depression, like borderline depression. Like even as like a young kid, I had anxiety issues. You
were so cute with your chubby little face, your big old head.
Still got chubby.
That's true.
Big head.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think it was probably a mix of that, but I was having a good time on it. I was having a good time like with all my friends. Like honestly, like I don't really regret anything in my life because I, had a really good time with my friends, and it really helped my social life, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it helped me like
drugs helped your social life?
Maybe not drugs, but just like, the culture of stuff that I was really into, like, and the drugs kind of came with that.
Yeah.
It definitely like got me to where I am today, like where my interests lie. And like, I think it really pushed me to become like a creative too.
Explain.
I'm not just saying the drugs. I'm just saying
what's the culture of the drugs that got you to where you are?
I'm not saying the culture of the drugs. I'm saying like the drugs were
drug culture.
They were like a part of the culture and stuff that I was like around and that I was like into. It's just like there's like, a dark side of it and there's like a light side of it. You know what I mean?
What's the light side of it?
That like I was really interested in like creating and like being a creative, and like music was a huge part of it too. I think that just the music culture, I'm not saying culture as in like hip hop culture or something like that.
That's what I was trying to clarify.
I know that's where you were clarifying.
Okay.
But I'm not saying, because in all music culture there's drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. Yes.
In all music culture there was drugs. So it's like, it's not just specifically hip hop, but like in like the culture that I was into, which is just like creative, like music, art, stuff like that. There was drugs spiced into that, you know what I mean? And so I definitely lived all of that. And I've always been interested in music and art, and like I used to have like a clothing line when I was younger and stuff, so it was like,
you're so cool.
That was always like my interest, and then it just kind of evolved into where I am now, where it's like my career is based on art,
That's cool,
which is awesome. So I wouldn't change anything.
Nice. I would also not change my drunken stupor.
You have to do that too, because you didn't die.
I didn't die.
So like I
almost died once. Not from drugs. Just in general. I almost really died in real life.
Were you drowned in a lake?
Yeah, I almost drowned in a lake.
Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that story.
Lake Lanier.
Yeah.
If you're from Georgia,
isn't that like a haunted lake?
Yeah, it's like a haunted lake apparently where people drown. Like I almost drowned in the middle of the night.
That's
like
crazy.
It was like midnight, pitch black.
Why would you go swimming in a lake?
Why would I smoke Adderall?
I don't know. Were you off the Adderall blunts?
No, I was not off the Addy. I was actually sober. I didn't do drugs all of high school. I never drank.
That's crazy.
I've only ever drunk. Well, I did shrooms, but I think that was after high school. I did shrooms like 1.5 times. I did acid once. That didn't work though. We were at Counterpoint, which was like this festival they put on in Atlanta. I think they only did it like maybe 2 times. And I went on the first year. It was so fun. It was so fun. I went with Chloe, Bryant. I want to say it was just the 3 of us. And maybe Jimmy was there. I don't remember. And Egan, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like we should stop saying so many names. You're going to have to blank out all these
names.
Yeah,
you're right. I shouldn't say names. Well, why wouldn't I just say Chloe and Bryant? That's not a big deal.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't know who Chloe and Bryant. You could just say like me and my friends or something.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah. Me and my friends went to this music festival, and I guess we had met somebody in the crowd. One of my homegirls had met somebody in the crowd, and she was like, I found this guy to give us acid. And I was like, I guess I'm down to try it. And so she met up with him and she had brought back like Sour Patch Kids in tinfoil. So I guess that they were supposed to be soaked. I took one. I ain't feel nothing. I couldn't tell if it was the vibe or the acid. It was a dud. But I mean, it was like $30, maybe $20, something like that. But that was a really fun time. And then the time that I almost died, I like this podcast episode because we are all over the place with our stories. And I actually really like that. Do you hate it?
No, I like it.
Me too.
I like it.
Okay.
It's funny. We're saying funny stuff.
Yeah. So this guy that I used to know, me, him, and like 3 or 4 other friends of mine, and his dad was there too. We were all reckless, including his father. And we were at Lake Lanier because we were like, let's go camping at Lake Lanier all randomly and get a bunch of sparklers from the store, light them on fire and just run around in the darkness, whatever. And I actually have some photos from that night because I was doing like long exposure photography.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. That's not where we went, but I ended up doing that. And so they were like, look at that little island over there. Let's swim to it. What? Right? It's pitch black.
What the
It's like 12 a.m.
Yeah.
It is dark. We didn't even bring blankets. I don't even remember having a blanket to sleep. We slept on the ground.
Get naked and jump in there? Or?
No, we weren't butt naked. I never did that around my friends.
Underwear or something?
Yeah, we were like in our underwear or something. Like we didn't bring swimsuits. We were like, let's swim to that island. And so everybody's like swimming to the island. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And everybody's like, apparently everybody in the water's damn Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
And I'm sinking like a freaking anvil. I was like, what the hell? I thought I could swim. I took swimming lessons growing up. I can't swim to this damn island. It's not that far. And so I'm like swimming, trying to get there. And it's like I'm seeing one person after the other make it to the island, make it to the island, make it to the island. And I'm tired and I'm like paddling and I was high too. So I was like just losing it. And I'm like, oh my God, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. And so I'm going and I'm just like, wait, I think I'll just rest. And then there was a time where I was like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it to this island. And so I just kind of started to float and like relax. And just at that moment where I felt like I was going down, came and he grabbed me. Yeah. And he swam me holding me. And then with one arm.
Oh my gosh.
Swam to the island. And then on the way back, because we were there for, I don't even know how long because time was so blurred because I basically almost died. And so when we went back to like the mainland, he was like, hold on to my back like this. Yeah. And so he was just swimming us both. Sheesh. That man did a lot of crazy things to me because we dated and he was an absolute psycho and he threatened to kill me multiple times and ruin my life. But shout out to him for saving my life, literally.
That psychopath endurance.
They are crazy. Crazy people are strong. But yeah, he saved my life.
Well, you also like when you get really tired, you will like just fall asleep. Because you can't drive tired. You can't like push through.
I cannot drive tired. I will have to pull over. I'll be like, I just got to take a nap. All I need is like 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I would have been fine.
I know, yeah.
All I needed was 5 minutes in the lake.
It's because you wake up at like 5 a.m. Yeah. I think that was good though. That was a little story time for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
What are we looking at time?
50 minutes just for this half. So it's been an hour and a half almost. We should
done.
end it like in a... You always want to do that. You always like, that's good.
No, I think it's good though. It is good. No, that was a good story time. Yeah.
Aren't you glad that I'm here? That I lived through the Adderall?
I can be thankful for the psychopath in that.
The one that saved me from the lake. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Never want to talk to you again, but thank you for saving my life.
Thank you for saving her.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Cool. Well, this is Hanging Out Forever. We have a lot of different types of content coming. We've been talking about it, like what we want to do for the channel and stuff. It's not just going to be a podcast channel. There's going to be lots of different things. So, we're excited for you guys to watch, and we're excited to continue to do this. So,
and let us know in the comments if you think if you think that you should know when your significant other is getting DMs. Do you feel like you should know?
Do you want to know?
Do you want to know? Or would you rather not know? And then do you think it's weird to keep things that your exes have given you from the past? Like letters and stuff.
Please let us know that. I would like
to
know.
Letters. I think like maybe t-shirts. That could be a little weird. But if it's like you were wearing it because it was his shirt, now it's just a shirt.
Mm-hmm. If I had an article of my ex's clothing, how would you feel?
Why would you have an article of her clothing?
Just like, I don't know, like she left it at my place or something. And
no,
like,
that's weird because men don't wear women's clothes.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I have one really shirt weird. Of my ex's because it's literally just a shirt and it's cozy. But it's not like, oh my God, he left this behind and this used to be his and I kept it because like that's how it started, but now it's just a shirt. But if you had an article of a woman's clothing, like what you doing? Is it socks? It better be socks.
What you doing with this? That would be pretty weird, actually, if I was just keeping that.
Yeah. If it's not socks, it's got to go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Hanging Out Forever.
That's it.
That's it.
Peace.